She who would be king. Protect the people! I fear you not. Where? That's dark magic! You don't have to be afraid anymore. She who would be king.
Hi, and welcome to She Who Would Be King, a podcast of adventures for girls, boys, and even for adults. And tonight's story is a story about Annakah of Bananakah called Sasha.
All are safe within these walls.
Annakah of Bananakah lived in a big castle surrounded by pastures and animals and a big forest of dark trees. Annakah was preparing to go out to sea. Every so often, her and her army would go out and venture to the edges of the ocean. Annakah was boarding the ship and waving goodbye to Wizard.
The ships are here.
Now, for those of you who don't know Wizard, he is a very interesting character. Last time he tried to do magic, he turned a person's hair rainbow colored. So Wizard makes a few mistakes here and there, but overall, he's a good guy. He's just getting a little bit old and not always so sure what's going to happen when he does magic. Anyway, so Wizard was waving goodbye to Annakah. Annakah was boarding the largest of her 3 ships.
And good day to you.
That she was taking out on this day. She had her sword,
Where's my sword?
her mail armor, shield, and her usual things she brought on her trips, along with her bow and arrow. Annakah waved as the ship pulled away from the shore and headed out into the ocean. Now, Annakah didn't anticipate the fact that there was a storm coming. And before you know it, the ship was rocked this way and that. Lightning and thunder and rain turned the ship around and tossed it. Now, Annakah and her crew tried their best to stay out of the rain and thunder. And when it all cleared, the sky was bright and sunny, but they weren't sure where they were. The storm had taken them far off course. Just as Annakah was starting to be concerned, the sailor up in the crow's nest, which is the top of the big mast of the ship, yelled down, "Annakah, land ho!" Annakah looked through her telescope and saw, indeed there was. There was an island. Annakah had never seen this island before. They weren't even sure where they were. But Annakah knew that they needed fresh water and a place for the crew to prepare a meal and get ready for the trip back home, whichever direction that might be. As they got close to the island, Annakah had pulled the ship onto the shore. When they got on shore, one of the crew said, "Look, that's strange." A bunny went hopping by, but it wasn't your average hare. This bunny was bright green. Annakah said, "Well, I have never seen a bunny that looks like that." And then another shipmate said, "Look over there." There were birds flying overhead, but they were purple, bright purple. Annakah said, "I think we've landed on a pretty unusual island. I'm going to go explore. You and the rest of the crew stay on the shore and watch the ship. I'll be back before you know it."
I'll come back later.
Annakah headed off into the thick jungle, and before too long, she came to a cave. She looked into the darkness and saw that beyond a few feet, you could see nothing at all. Annakah, always ready, found a stick and wrapped it with some cloth, dumped some of the oil that Wizard had given her onto it, used her flint to set it alight. Annakah headed into the cave, looking around this way and that, turning right and left, seeing nothing. The passage went deeper, then curved off to the right. Annakah was starting to think she should just turn around and head out. A cave can be a dangerous place to be. When she noticed a strange blue light, and when she got closer, she saw the center of the cavern was a big chunk of ice, and inside of the ice was a girl. Annakah saw that this girl seemed to be imprisoned in the ice. all she could think of is, how can I save her? And she started to smash on the ice with the butt of her sword. Little by little, the ice chipped off, and finally, when the girl was free, she coughed.
How do you feel?
And Annakah said, "Who are you?" She said, "My name's Sasha. Who are you?" Annakah said, "I am Annakah of Bananakah. How did you get here, and why were you in a block of ice?" Sasha said, "A wizard was visiting our town, and I thought he looked very silly. So I was laughing at him and pointing. And he did not take kindly to that. Next thing I knew, I was stuck in a block of ice here on this island, and I don't even know how I got here." "Well," Annakah said, "come with me. We'll get you off this island and back home."
Don't worry.
"Oh, thank you so much for saving me. But watch out, the wizard could still be around." As they headed for the front of the cave, out jumped a big bear.
Help!
Annakah said, "Get behind me, Sasha." Now, Wizard, although he did do a lot of goofy things, he always tried to help Annakah.
I fear you not.
So Annakah reached down and grabbed the magic necklace that Wizard had made for her. It had a picture of animals on both sides of it. He had said, "Now, Annakah, take this with you, and if you ever are in trouble with animals, hold it in your hand and think, 'Go away, go away.'"
You will not succeed.
So Annakah did what the wizard had told her to do. She put her hand over the necklace and said, "Go away, go away." The bear suddenly got a strange look in its eyes, and it started to look around in circles, turned around and walked out of the cave. Annakah grabbed Sasha and said, "Let's go. We've got to make it to my boat."
That was scary.
They ran from the cave. Well, now the bear, which was supposed to have just gone away, had done more than gone away. It was walking around in circles, making weird noises and bumping into palm trees. Sasha kept staring at the bear. Annakah said, "Come on, we don't have time to fool around with the bear. I'm sure he'll be fine." They ran as fast as they could down towards the shore. The sailors were sitting around campfires and drinking water out of canteens. "Come on," Annakah yelled to her crew. "We have to get out of here. There's at least one big bear back there. And with all the strange things like green rabbits and purple birds, we don't know what else is on this island. Come on." They quickly got into their ships, and the crew helped push them off back into the sea. You'd think that that would be a lucky break to get away from that bear. But what do you know, before they were too far out into the ocean, huge tentacles started coming up out of the water. Sasha said, "Annakah, look out!" The tentacles crashed down on the ship and then pulled off again into the water. Sasha said, It's a giant octopus. It's the guardian of the island that the wizard created." Annakah thought to herself, an octopus is still an animal. She held the necklace around her neck and wished, "Go away, octopus, go away." The octopus shot straight up into the air, very high up, and then came down with a big splash that went everywhere. But then it seemed like it had gone away. Annakah and Sasha sailed back to the castle. When they were safely on shore, Annakah said, "Sasha, where do you live?" Sasha said, "I had no mother and father. I was an orphan girl in the village before the wizard cased me in that block of ice." Annakah had planned to take Sasha back to her parents, but being that she had no parents and nowhere to go, Annakah had an idea. "Sasha, would you like to live here with me and Wizard and the rest of our people who live in our castle and our town?" Are you sure? I would love that,"
Are we friends?
said Sasha. Annakah said, "Think no more about it. My home is your home.
I'm happy.
As soon as we get a chance, you'll have to meet Wizard. He's quite a character." They both laughed and headed towards the castle. Sasha had a place to live and a home, and Annakah had a little sister. The end. Thanks for listening to She Who Would Be King. I'm Michael Casey. If you like this podcast and you want to see it continue, please share it on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and the next one will be coming out very shortly. As always, we hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.